for connecting abortion to inflation during an MSNBC interview. Here it is.
But let's be clear. Having children is why you're worried about your price for gas. It's why you're concerned about how much food costs. For women, this is not a reductive issue. You can't divorce being forced to carry an unwanted pregnancy from the economic realities of having a child. And so it's important for us to have both and conversations. We don't have the luxury of reducing it or separating them out, but we also have to talk about what a governor can do.
Joining us now to discuss is former Georgia Congressman Doug Collins. Doug, I see you shaking your head. I'll let you respond.
Really, how do you respond to that? I mean, I've watched Stacey Abrams for years. She has mostly been a very good spokesman for liberal causes, but she's not doing well recently. She's losing in this race, and now she's equating the abortion and inflation and saying that people are making that choice. No, people want to have their families. They want to have the inflation issue is an economic issue in their jobs. And families are something else. And the decision to take a child's life in the womb should not be broken down as she's breaking this down. This is simply, again, a tactic that they're using down here. And here's the interesting part. She didn't get into this. She's made, I mean, her campaign has made false claims down here in Georgia on numerous ads saying that if she was elected governor, she would do away, it basically implies she would do away with Georgia's abortion law. Let me make it very clear. That is the law in Georgia. It's not a suggestion for the governor to decide if they want to do or not. So she's lying to her voters on multiple counts here.
Yeah, and for people that are not familiar with Georgia, let me get a little bit of a background. With Stacey Abrams, she criticized Brian Kemp, who as AG actually trimmed the voter rolls, saying we don't want these to go on for forever. If you've moved somewhere else, you need to update everything. And she felt that was racist and that cut off a lot of people of color who she interpreted would have voted for her. But she lost by, I think, like 45,000 votes or whatever it was. So that's a pretty big number. The court said there was nothing wrong with what he did, nothing illegal with what he did. And then Georgia's also put in some voter requirements for you to show your ID and do all the things that are kind of common sense to a lot of conservatives. So bring us up to date on what it looks like right now.
Well, the court just, basically put Stacey Abrams in her lawsuit with her groups to rest, saying, look, what you're complaining about is we're not going to deal with this. And frankly, this was not about 2020. This was the previous election in 2018 when she lost for governor. Yep. So this goes way back. She was one of the, she's still not gotten over the fact that she's not governor. In fact, again, she's, that media tends to overlook the fact that she denied that she lost her election a long time ago, and then she filed suit. She lost the suit. Then last year, Stacey Abrams has been a very much of a killer of Georgia economy too, because she was the one that helped lead the charge on Jim Crow 2.0 on the SB 203 bill, which was basically tightening up our election laws to make sure that they are secure and safe. And in doing so, she cost us the All-Star game last fall. We made up for it by winning the world championship, but she still cost us, a lot of money here, and she's not willing to admit her role in that. In fact, when sort of asked about it, she just, no, I didn't, that wasn't what I did. I wasn't a part of it. Look, Stacey Abrams, we need 20 more days to pass. We need to get her defeated for the second time as governor. Brian Kemp elected governor again, and then Stacey can go off and make the millions that she's been making. And I don't fault her for that. I'm a free enterprise guy like the rest of them. Go make money, but don't tell stories to make the money.
And before we let you go, Doug, I have to ask you, Herschel Walker, of course, versus Senator Warnock, your take on where we are and how we're going to end up in a couple weeks.
Right now, dead heat. I mean, this is I cannot encourage conservatives to get out on this race because this one is as close as it gets. Very different than the governor's race, which I believe polling is showing, Kemp's going to win that one. But they've got to get out on this Walker-Warnock race. The general consensus, and I'm hearing this from both Republicans and Democrats behind the scenes, is this probably will go into a runoff because there's a 4% libertarian here. Although that could shrink with what we're seeing nationwide and the Republican generic ballot gap is closing. So we've got to see them come out. I think Walker did what he had to do in the and did very well in the debate last week. And it was sort of funny when Warnock had the chance on Sunday night when Walker was not there. He got a little feisty and chippy at an empty podium. It just shows that Warnock doesn't want to debate. He doesn't want to do what he wants to do. But, yeah, I think this is going to be real close, and we're going to be talking about this one all the way up to the election day.
Yeah. We know that election day is November 8th, but tell me what happens on November 5th. It's a Saturday. Georgia, Tennessee.
Yeah, well, you won't even bring me into that. Look, here's what I believe. They ran out of verses to Rocky Top last weekend. They don't have, there's no more left to play. You know, you've run out your quarters in the jukebox. The song's over. I love my friends in Tennessee, don't get me wrong. But come Saturday the 5th, it's going to be glory, glory to old Georgia, and we're back at it between the hedges.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew what I was alluding to, but I knew I'd get you going.
You caught me there a second. I'm saying, no, he's really not going there.
Is he going there?
I'm going
he goes there. Yeah. All right, Doug Collins.
That's
Thanks.
why I love you, Bob. Y'all are great.
Thanks, Doug.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting the
truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
real news
For real people.